Sounds good.
Good evening, everyone. Today we are from Group 8. We're gonna do presentation about implementation of firewall in a website, and we're gonna introduce ourselves. My name is Hery Aristito,
My name is Erlangga Adidarma,
and this is the list of the contents that we are going to show you. First, there is firewall. Second, website, and the third is WAF. First one is firewall. Firewall is a network security device that prevents unauthorized access to or perform a private network, which means that unauthorized internet users are frequently denied access to private networks connected to the internet by firewalls. Second one is how firewall works. Within a private network, firewalls filter network traffic. It determines which types of traffic should be permitted or prohibited based on a set of rules. Consider the firewall as a gatekeeper at your computer's entrance point, allowing only trustworthy sources or IP addresses to gain access to your network. Now we're gonna show you about website. A site or website is a collection of related web pages that may be accessed by visiting the website's homepage with a browser. For example, the URL for YouTube website is https://www.youtube.com. To make your website accessible to everyone on the planet, it must be safe or host on a computer that is always linked to the internet. The third one of the presentation is WAF. Web Application Firewall, often known as WAF, protects web applications by filtering and monitoring HTTP traffic between a web application and the internet. It usually defends an application against threats including cross-site forgery, cross-site scripting, file inclusion, and SQL injection. Now for the WAF types, there are three types. First one network-based, second one host-based, and the third one is cloud-based. Network-based WAF is a hardware-based, although they reduce latency because they are implemented locally. Network-based WAF are the most expensive and necessitate the storage and maintenance of physical equipment. Second one is host-based. A host-based WAF can be entirely incorporated into the software of an application. This approach is less expensive and more customizable than a network-based WAF. And the last one is cloud-based. Cloud-based WAF are cost-effective and simple to implement solution. They usually come with a turnkey installation that requires only a DNS update to redirect traffic.
Thank you. Now I will explain about how WAF works. A web application firewall secures your web apps by filtering, monitoring, and blocking dangerous HTTP traffic, as well as preventing unauthorized data from exiting the app. It accomplishes this by adhering to a set of policies that assist in determining which traffic is malicious and which traffic is not. The main parts of HTTP that WAF analyze are get data from server and post data to server requests. Next. And WAF is generated by these three basic model. The first one is whitelisting. WAF will reject all requests by default and only allow requests that have been entrusted and or fill the criteria. And the second one is blacklisting. WAF by default will leave data and use certain sets or setting to block malicious web traffic with more detail. And the third one is hybrid. WAF use whitelisting and blacklisting method to filter requests based on specific need of the application. Next. And now we go to the advantage and disadvantage. First is advantage. Web application firewall provide a barrier between a web application and the internet when they are deployed in front of it. And the second one is WAF has a set of rules referred to as policies governs how an application firewall operates. By screening out harmful traffic, these policies are meant not to protect the application from vulnerabilities, And the third one is WAF values come in part of from the speed and ease with which policy alteration can be achieved, allowing a quicker response to different attack vectors. For example, like during a DDoS attack, rate limiting can be promptly executed by adjusting WAF policies. And then we go to the disadvantage. WAF only look at the network traffic and must make decisions based on assumption made outside of the application. Usually at the parameter, WAF network security is designed to be blind to what happens inside the application by default. And then they, like a traditional firewalls, must be configured and monitored. In some way, they require even more effort to set up successfully than a typical firewall because they require understanding of the program to ensure that it is properly protected. Next. So I will demonstrate about how WAF implemented in our website. Can we go? Yes. Sure. So as you can see here in this implementation, we use a Cloudflare. And before we use the Cloudflare, we need to register our account first. In here, I already registered my account here. And then we go to the website section. And as you can see here, there are several website or domain that has been added. If we don't have any, or maybe our website is not included here, we can click this button or add a site button and then fill the form, and our website will be listed in here. And we can choose which domain that we want to configure the firewall. And if we want to configure it, click this section, security section, and then go to WAF section. So in here, we can add our firewall rules by clicking create firewall rules and create full name of it, like first rule, and then fill the field here, just the field. We can see the documentation in here that contain the information of any field in here, like cookie or hostname or referral or test method. You can see it yourself in here at the documentation of Cloudflare. And then if we are done with it, click deploy of firewall rules, and the list of firewall that has been applied before will be listed in here. Or if you want to check another section again, you can see it yourself in here. So maybe that's it for the demonstration and also about our presentation. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.